what movies raised us growing up and the ones that lied to us. We're going to get into that. Let's go.
Porkies!
Welcome back to the table, everybody. We got a real special episode for you guys. We're talking movies that really raised us when we were kids to early adulthood, and the ones that obviously lied to us, and a lot more than once. But I am the lovely host, Kev, aka Spider Kev. I am with my brothers here, George.
Whoop, whoop.
Mike Barry.
Hello there.
See, he's always simple. Always simple. And the owner of Baby Gorilla Comics and the host of Street Light Confessions, Jose.
Hola, mi gente. I'm not going to go crazy like this guy.
Whoop!
That's what happens when you live near power lines.
No, that's
You also ate paint chips.
Okay.
crunchy.
So let's just get into it, guys, because clearly we're in rare form today. So can you guys give me a movie that you thought explained how life works?
Oh boy.
Does it have to be a
How
nerdy
you wanted the life
movie?
work?
Does it have to be
Sure!
does it have to be a nerdy movie?
No, it can be
Okay,
anything. It can be anything.
So for me, I'm gonna have to go The Pursuit of Happiness.
Okay.
That movie was,
okay.
I know I'm probably taking it into like a deep curve there, but The Pursuit of Happiness, at a turning point in my life is when at that point, I think I'm probably like mid 20s. No, early 20s. And I was trying to figure out what it is to be a man, what it is to figure out how to take care of myself and have a business and really strive for something better in my life and the hardships that it takes to get there. And Will Smith in that movie plays a character who is essentially trying to make a life for himself and make a life for his son. And he goes into a field that not many people are successful in. And that's, I think he's in some type of brokerage or whatever like that. And to get to that point, he has to do things that you're just like, you really had to do that to get to where you want to be. You know, there was a point in life where he was homeless, and luckily I've never been homeless before, but that movie shows hard work and persistence and perseverance will get you to where you need to be as long as you keep yourself focused. And I took that to heart, and I've been able to create my business with that same mindset. And I've been able to do it for the last 5 years without any other job. That is all I do. And not many people can say that they can be a full-time studio recording engineer in a city like Philadelphia. Like, it's a very dog-eat-dog world. And I can honestly say that I've been successful. And that movie, I can thank for that.
Wow. Jose?
It was deep.
So I can go two routes. With this one, I can go real personal, which I don't want to.
I did.
Sorry. I think there's two movies that I can think of that made me think things would be a certain way and didn't end out that way. Rocky's one of them.
Yeah.
Rocky, I was like, yo, if you bust your ass, you're going to have obstacles, but if you bust your ass, you're going to make it to the top and you're going to be good. That's not always the case.
Yeah.
Especially in business and everything else. Like, sometimes busting your ass just isn't enough.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, that's one. And then I would say the other one would have to do a movie like, you know, Home Alone, where it's about family. And no matter what, family's always going to have your back. And as you get older, you realize that that's not true. Family don't always have your back. So for me, it's twofold because, it gets very personal. And then I separate my life in two parts. There's my personal and there's my professional life. And both, you know, hit the same way.
Michael?
Me, I got two movies that really kind of shaped my life in some weird ways. I remember coming out of The Matrix in the movie theater after me and my friend fought to go in there because we got kicked out because it was rated R and we were 14, 15. But I remember getting out of that and like seeing Neo hang up the phone at the end and like fly away in his like trench coat and his button-up shirt, his glasses, and I was like, I want to dress like that. I want to be like slick like that. I want that whole techno gothy thing in my life. And like I picked up a lot of the clothes like that, and like also like that movie really kind of taught me about like bucking against the system, not being like an NPC, and just kind of really going against the grain. And I really felt that kind of like flipped the switch in me. That, and obviously like some of the music I was listening to at the time, some of the friends I had. But if I had to pick a movie that kind of like really helped flick that for me, it would be The Matrix. But also Batman 1989 really influenced me throughout my entire life. I still lean on superheroes very heavily for a moral compass, for strength when I don't have it. And Batman 1989 really started that for me.
It's two as well for me. Kind of going off of what Mike just said about Batman. Like, for me, it was Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man is just a not normal, but just a dude that no one knows his secret. He's trying to live a semi-normal life, when meanwhile he's saving all New York at night, struggling to keep a job, trying to pay for everything, like an apartment, like struggling with life. Meanwhile, he's got the whole New York city like on his shoulders, when he's juggling way too much, but yet he doesn't ever quit. I mean, he kind of did in the second one, but we're not gonna talk about
Spider-Man,
that.
no more.
Spider-Man, no more. But he just never gave up. He never batted an eye of like, I'm gonna stop. Not even in the comics. Like, he's all about what he stands up for and what he gives to the city, and what his uncle said, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. So, and with that responsibility, you have to be a man and fight for what you believe in. And that's always gonna hit for me. And the second one is kind of left field. It's kind of more how I feel as an adult, but Shrek.
Oh.
It's because of, as someone who's on the spectrum, you know, I feel like I'm kind of different, you know, different from you guys in a certain way. I could be in a room in a corner just thinking about whatever, and everyone else is just vibing off of each other, you know, and always being a step behind. It always hit too. And I've always felt as an adult like the world has a problem with me, so I have to isolate myself. And that's literally what Shrek did, because he's an ogre. You know, ogres are supposed to be, you know, big, stupid, ugly ogres with no loved ones, nothing. I've always felt like, since I'm on the spectrum, people will look at me differently. So I tend to not talk to nobody. I tend to keep to myself.
Bro.
Yeah.
I was surprised when you told me you were on the spectrum. I'll also tell you it takes all kinds of fruit to make fruit cup. We're all humans, and we love you, dude.
I always want to come over to your swamp.
Yep.
You will find your
God.
Fiona.
George is my donkey.
Yo! It doesn't help. I wore that for Halloween.
Yeah. But yeah, just feeling like you don't belong in a world where it feels like you need to just be isolating yourself in your own house and not talk to anybody.
Well, you belong here.
We have this lovely table for you.
Yeah.
But then, you know, obviously now it's just like, I'm realizing, you know, my story is not the typical in a book. You know, I can make my own story.
Damn right.
So yeah. Anyway, so
We took that whole first half very like deep.
Yeah,
dude, it was.
It got deep, bro.
It wasn't supposed to be that deep.
I'm
It
glad
was. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
mind
good.
it.
Deep
Yeah.
thoughts with Geeks at the Nerd Table.
This should have been a Streetlight Confessions
Yeah,
episode.
right. This is also in line with men's mental health.
What was a movie that lied to you guys about life, or lied to you about anything?
I feel like all the movies, like Clueless, I feel like all the 90s movies that had that like awesome rager party at the end of the school year where everyone got together and like the nerdy kid got like kissed, he got laid, whatever. Superbad did the same thing.
I was gonna say super bad for me.
That was a lie. All right. Ragers like that didn't happen like that.
No.
They were usually broken up and like people were running and screaming. But I feel like a lot of those 90s pop movies kind of lied to me about a lot of things.
They were definitely exaggerated.
Yeah, and I feel like
Yeah.
Seth Green was in all of them.
He was the Rager King, I guess.
Yeah.
He was probably the guy that didn't actually go to those parties and wondered what it would be like, so he made the movies.
That I could say.
Makes sense.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
Would make
Absolutely.
sense.
No, right?
completely.
Yeah.
He's like, he's overcompensating for the fact he never did those. So he's like, I'm going to make movies where we're just doing these crazy parties and all these drugs and all this blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
National Lampoon did that too, or Van Wilder, right?
Van Wilder.
With
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
Oh man.
George.
Oh, no, yeah, I was with Mike.
Oh, okay. Jose.
Yeah, it just I watch a lot of inspirational crap.
It's not crap.
That's
Well,
one way to put it. I
no,
guess.
like
I listen to a lot
there
of
was a lot of
inspirational
TV is so much different. Movies are so much different now than when I was, 25 or 20, or even in my teenage years, So for me, I wouldn't say one movie, but I would say most movies make you feel like you're going to have like long-term friendships from like when you're a kid all the way into your 70, 80, 90 years old till you die. Yeah, that didn't happen for me. So that's the only thing. Like, some of those friendships that I thought would still be here 40 years later are no longer here. So
Yeah.
that would be like the biggest false that I got from movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's like the jobs and success of stuff, like especially just like something just pops up and is handed to you. Like that's not how life works. Like there's a lot of bad people in this world that would like use you just to get what they want.
Oh, yeah.
And I learned that fast in retail. So
Retail does that to everybody.
yeah, it does. So
We're all a product of retail.
Yup.
yeah, man. So yeah, I think
We need therapy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Okay. So I guess the next thing what we could talk about is that movies that just hit different now. Like just for like something that came out a long time ago that maybe you didn't understand growing up. I'm gonna go first on this one. It is actually Mrs. Doubtfire.
Ooh, good one.
Oh, I like that.
I love that movie. Robin Williams is one of my favorites of all time. And growing up, I was just like, oh, it's a dude dressed up as a woman, just to be funny. It's just yeah. I can't hear that song. Think about that.
Right?
But the song's playing and he gets trying to get robbed. And he's like, broke my bag, the bastard. But yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire really hits. It's not because I dealt with it, but it's just like I understood like what he was doing, like what he was trying to do. Like his kids were his life. He would do anything. Like you guys would do anything for your kids. So you guys would probably dress up as women and just to be around them.
Call us Tu Wong Fu, mother.
Oh my God.
Thanks for everything, Julie.
To Betty Lou or something.
Call me Chi Chi.
Why you gonna
ever
have to
seen
be
that movie?
Wesley Snipes?
You never
'cause he was
seen
the
that?
ugliest
I ain't
one.
complaining about
Oh, man, he's never seen it.
it. You never seen it?
Patrick
Two
Swayze.
oh, they all
was a
dress up as
good-looking
Dude,
drag
isn't
man.
like isn't Agent Smith
John-
in that movie too?
John
John
Leguizamo,
Leguizamo was hilarious
Patrick
in
Swayze,
that.
and Wesley Snipes were
Yeah.
were the
Okay.
three.
He was such an ugly
Oh my
woman.
god, yeah.
My God.
Anyway, but no, just as a guy that's trying to be around his kids, it's not even that. That's nothing to do with the wife, because again, with life, is sometimes relationships don't work out, marriages don't work out. Like it runs its course. You just don't love the person no more with what is going on. It may be too much to handle. You know, it's just a big. It hasn't, and it's not because of the kid's fault. A lot of kids think that way, but it's not your fault. It's not your job to make your parents happy with one another.
Yep.
Plain and simple. But so yeah, I think Mrs. Doubtfire.
That was a good one. I like that one.
To piggyback on that and kind of go a little broader, I think what I look at differently now as a father is there was a moment when I was really mad at Star Wars, and then I ended up getting my daughter a Star Wars Golden Book of a New Hope, and just reading that to her and seeing like the wonder just like flush over her and how interested she was. I probably read it to her when she was like 2, maybe, and it kind of changed my perspective on it of what like Star Wars really meant generationally, and to what it really brought imagination wise to a younger child, and being able to share that with her and having her ask questions like, well, what did this one do? What did this one do? And what is this machine called? And we eventually read the whole saga, episodes 1 through 6, the only ones that matter. Through Golden Book, and like she was into like Anakin Skywalker. She didn't understand exactly like why he became a bad guy. It I could see, and like I remember getting emotional reading to that. So sharing Star Wars as a father really meant something to me. And I'm also gonna say the same thing kind of happened with my daughter in Ninja Turtles. When we saw Mutant Mayhem together, I remember giving her my Ninja Turtle toys when she was about 3. And it was a big box, and just, again, the imagination of what these things can be. She didn't know the story. She just played with them and what it really mattered to her. And like, I felt a lot of the same things I saw a lot of the same things that I was doing as a kid that she was doing. And then when we went and saw Mutant Mayhem, smiling ear to ear, didn't want to leave the theater, munching on the popcorn. And we rode the Ninja Turtle wave for a good 2 years, and now it's K-pop Demon Hunter, but
For good reason.
Yeah.
hey! But now you know what, she's drawing that, and
Yeah.
I was just talking to her last night. She was drawing Rumi in 4 different styles, and seeing stuff like that, like seeing different franchises for kids as a father, and understanding like what that means for the future of what she's going to hold on to, what matters to me.
I don't know if I have one right now. Really, I'm thinking. I mean, for me, it's not even about a movie. It's about a mindset that changes as you get older, and it's one of those things like Mike was saying. With Star Wars, at first when you grow up, you want to be the Jedi, right? You think the Jedi is the way to go, but then you realize with Anakin, it wasn't that he was a bad guy. It was that he was a misunderstood guy, and with Anakin being persuaded by Palpatine to join the dark side because of love. He did it because he wanted to save Padme. And that's just, you don't think of him as a bad guy. You think of him as somebody who's like, he's just going through a patch of something that he thinks he can fix with doing something. And sometimes the bad guy is not really the bad guy, right? There's a lot of instances where like growing up, you always wanted to be a Gryffindor, but then you grow up and you're like, nah, man, I'm actually a Slytherin. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things like
Hufflepuff gang.
but you just grow up with one mindset because you think it's the best
English?
one. Harry Potter, boy.
I have never watched a Harry Potter movie in my life.
Yeah,
you missing much.
Yeah, it's crazy because when I was younger, I always wanted to be like a Gryffindor, and I always wanted to be a Jedi. And then as I grew older, I realized I was a Slytherin and a Sith. But it's not because of anything bad or negative. It's just the goals and how they approach life. They're ambitious. You know what I'm saying?
I like the, especially now, a lot of like movies and shows have villains that like have a background and like they're misunderstood, like you said. But I feel like it's getting a little too stale at that point.
Well, they call them anti-heroes now.
Yeah, but like sometimes I just miss like the pure good guys and pure bad guys. Like they just do it, like Green Goblin just did it because he was evil. You know what I mean?
Did he though?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't noble about much in that movie.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
I think he was trying to blow up the building on purpose. You know what I'm saying? No, I was kidding. Again, Slytherin.
Yeah. Jose?
For me, one movie that definitely changed how I looked at it was The Lion King. I watched The Lion King as a teenager and didn't have kids. And then I watched it with my kids. Mufasa dying hit hard.
Yeah.
Hit hard.
Yeah.
Being a father, and you'll do anything to protect your kids no matter what. Yeah, there's nothing like that. And knowing that you're that type of father that would do anything for your kids and nothing can stop you at that point.
And your own brother betraying you.
And your own brother betraying you, like, come on. But like, yeah, that whole thing, that scene lives rent free in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Anything else you guys want to bring up? No? Okay. So what about a movie that that can't be made now? That, because we're in a world, we're in a world that, you know,
I can give you like 20 right off.
there's a lot of movies that were made back then that can't be made now due to specific reasons. Michael?
I would think it's easier for me to come up with the Mel Brooks movies that can be made now than the list of ones that can't be made anymore. Dude, we got Blazing Saddles, can't be touched. You can barely play that on TV anymore. You got you can probably still do Young Frankenstein. History of the World? No, you cannot remake History of the World and release it today. In fact, they're making the sequel, and I'm kind of a little scared of how much they're going to keep out of it.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's going to probably get censored out.
Jose?
Shit. Revenge of the Nerds, Police Academy.
Dude, there was a Police Academy cartoon. Picture that.
The Toxic Avenger.
There was a Toxic Avenger cartoon.
Porky's. The list goes on and on. There's just no way in hell they would eat. Yeah, it just... No.
No.
Not at all.
No. Thank you. Come again.
Yeah.
George?
We're gonna go the Harold and Kumar series. You can't do those anymore.
I want some White Castle burgers.
Yeah, right. You wanna go for a ride? I know where there's one at. Not in this area.
Not in Philly.
They got one in North Jersey. Like you're going toward like Linden, and then when you cross the bridge, you're in New York. They're all over the place in New York.
It ain't that damn good.
I mean, every time I go to New York, I try to make a pit stop. Okay, but see, I'm not the guy that gets like a couple. No, I get the freaking Crave box, which is 30. You get 30 little sliders. I don't care if I'm fat. I'll eat them all. But yeah, no, you can't do the Harold and Kumar movies. There were so many things in there that people nowadays would just not go for. It would either, if they do bring it back, it's getting censored down to like a PG-13 movie, which you can't do that. You have to keep that a rated R movie. There was one that we were talking about earlier too, Cable Guy. With Jim Carrey. That is a creepy movie, bro. I don't care what anybody says. He's a stalker, but those movies, they just, I don't know, it's just cringy now. You know, you can't do stuff like that. So Jim Carrey, I feel like in who mentioned earlier, like any Jim Carrey, like you can Ace Ventura.
Oh my God, you cannot touch.
Can't touch
now.
that.
When it's coming out of the rhino.
Yeah, it's just there's the society now that we have is just so watered down that they get, I'm gonna just say it, they get butthurt, and you can't do certain things. But I freaking love those scenes. You know what I mean? Those scenes are always be iconic, but you can't put them on there. They're gonna get taken down or watered down some way, and it's a shame because comedy has gotten watered down. You know, and it's a shame that the Wayans brothers talking about doing Scary Movie 7. they have to sit there and tell people in advance, like disclaimer, like we don't care, we're gonna do it. So like if you get butthurt about it, you're gonna get butthurt about it. But if you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, that was gonna be my answer. Like those spoof movies, like Epic Movie.
Like you can't do those no more.
You can't do those no more.
It was what, Scary Movie, then they had
Epic Movie, Love Movie, Superhero Movie.
Did
they make a superhero?
They did. That one was with Drake Bell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the Firefly or something like that. Yeah, that was so bad.
And what's his name? Oh man, Shooter McGavin.
Oh, he was in it.
Yeah, he was the villain.
Oh, he was the villain.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a good sit.
That was good.
Could they make Basic Instinct still?
You could probably go on your computer and watch something a lot worse than Basic Instinct. I feel like that's pretty tame right now.
Yeah, I guess nowadays.
I guess you can't even do the James Franco and Seth. What's this guy? Seth.
This is the end, or Pineapple Express.
Yeah, you can't do stuff like Pineapple Express no more either.
Dude, they got away with Sausage Party.
That was crazy. That was, and it was animated.
Yep.
And they showed it.
Hey, as long as it says, just like Marley and Wayans and Sean and all of them said, they're not holding back. So
but they haven't made any sense.
If you're sensitive, don't go there. Don't go watch the movie.
You cannot make Team America.
No,
that is like the puppets. Oh my god,
that was an interesting time.
I don't know that one.
You never seen it?
You never saw Team America?
My god!
I blocked that out.
America.
Oh,
there was a very weird time between like I would say the late 2000s into the 2010s where it was like you can do those things, and it just after that. It was
because social media was big.
Social media was big, yeah, and parents were getting involved, which they should. They should, watch what your kids are watching.
Not all the stuff was good.
No, but yeah, Team America though.
Yeah, you can't touch Team America.
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
There's
Austin Powers. That can come back, but that'll get watered down too. I can guarantee.
Yeah, that would be.
But
the
you still got South Park. Like, get
look
the
at
hell out of here.
But South Park though.
South Park won an Oscar. Do you think South Park wins an Oscar nowadays?
No, not the way that they're going now with the whole political aspect with Trump and the devil having a baby.
But even
what?
Yeah, their season this year is Donald Trump got pregnant. Oh no, hold on. It was Satan got pregnant with Donald Trump's baby.
Oh no, does that mean like Satan and Saddam Hussein broke up?
Yes.
Oh no.
And they're saying that the Antichrist is the spawn of Donald Trump and Satan.
Oh my.
Wow.
It's such, and then like.
But anyway,
that
show. But even looking like at the Adam Sandler movies back then and look at them now, they're just watered down. Stupid. Like Happy Gilmore 2, so stupid.
Good movie, but it was
no,
watered
it wasn't.
down.
It was
I
so
liked
dumb. It was so
maybe
dumb.
it was just a nostalgia thing for me. I like Adam Sandler.
Like think about Little Nicky. You can't put boobs on a guy's head.
Popeye's chicken's fucking awesome.
Release the good.
Release the awesome.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what movie hit you the most or lied to you the most. Let us know. Follow Jose at Baby Gorilla Comics and Streetlight Confessions on all social platforms. Follow Geeks at the Nerd Table as well on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you guys back at the table.